Okay, so when you saw the bus, because I know you probably saw features or posts or images on social media from it, but even before you saw it, when you thought about what we were doing and this feature, I want to start by saying this was more than just images for me, right? And when I thought about the campaign, it's called Birmingham Has More, and it's dot dot dot. So however people wanted to finish that sentence. However, I named it Birmingham Has More Icons. Now, what I meant by that is sometimes when you think about Black history, it's always these black and white images. And don't get me wrong, we have to know our past to be able to appreciate it for our future. But history is made every single day. And I thought
Continuously.
about yourself and some of the other people featured. And when you think about that, what are your emotions and what thoughts occur to you when you hear the vision and what I mean when I say that?
I was grateful for the invitation to be a part of this. I don't take it lightly. I've always claimed Alabama and Birmingham as best I can when I'm outside of the city. But I came from a time where there weren't a lot of people making a lot of noise um, from Birmingham, 80s, 90s, outside of athletes. And Ricky Smiley was one of the first people that I saw that I looked up to who was from the crib. And when you know somebody is from the same streets as you, it gives you a degree of confirmation that your dreams aren't too big and that they aren't too wild and that you can make it and that you can get beyond the horizon, as I like to say. And to be on a bus with a person that I looked up to so we can both be a beacon to somebody who was just like us when we were younger, oh, that's a little wild. Also, considering that I used to ride the Max, it wasn't all this BJC Bajukta nonsense. It was the Max, and I still call it the Max. I know y'all got different names now because you have to include the county. It was the Max in '94, one South Bessemer downtown, the Ramsey High School. Catch the transfer at the Newberry. Excuse me, the McWayne Science Center. It was Newberry's. Or was it Woolworth? It was one of those. It was one of them old. I think no, it was Newberry. Newberry was the transfer, and the Woolworth was right nearby. Um, you can literally see this and know that your dreams are possible. You think about a cat like Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike means a lot to a lot of people in this city. He's touched in the spots I don't even think I should be on the, but like some of the folks that you got on the bus, they done the work. Y'all need to put me on the back of the bus near the smokestack and the air conditioned intake. I'm honored to be. I like y'all put me in the front door. Ooh, hey, fancy. But it really is. It really is. It's an honor.
Wow, wow. And you talked about your dreams, and I'm so glad that you name dropped some of the other people because you're probably going to be my first video to kick off the series. And when you talk about what drives you and how your work reflects your personal journey, how do you paint the picture of yourself and the work that you're passionate about? Talk to me about that.
For me, I've just always tried to use humor as a way to draw attention to issues that Black people are dealing with, that the world is dealing with. And I don't believe any of my jokes are going to be the catalyst to change the world. But if any of these jokes can put people in a different mindset about something, then I did the job. Everything else is about bringing money and revenue and opportunity back to the city of Birmingham. Comedy Central allowed me to shoot a pilot there, Jefferson County Probation, back in 2018. We had 93 people on staff, 60 were Alabama residents. We had 13 actors in the cast, nine were Alabama based. Of that nine, seven went to Birmingham City Schools. So we had a solid squad. We really did. We had a real solid squad. And to me, it's about doing what I can to not only grow myself, but to try and pour into the community back home as well a little bit. I came up on the YMCA on Fourth Ave. After that, the Boys Club. on South Park Road. I'm a product of Birmingham City Schools from Central Park to Center Street Middle all the way through Ramsey. So I have I have lived a life within the streets of the city. And then I was on 95.7 for a solid decade, you know, 12 if you count them 2 years when I got fired, but I was still kind of doing stuff, but I wasn't really working that, but they were still using my pranks. Um, so you meet the community at the ground level, and Birmingham is a beautiful place. Alabama is a beautiful place. So, I try to let the work that I do something to shine a light on things.
Yeah. And when you think about yourself and some of the other people that are featured, all of the other people featured on our bus wrap, how do you think something like this, or should I say, why do you think something like this is so important for the community to see?
I think this bus rap with Birmingham folks on it is important for young people to know that whatever dream they have, it starts where they're standing
Mm,
because we've all stood where they are standing.
yeah.
Period. Right down to getting on the bus. I did that too. 5 Ensley, 41 Fairfield, 1 South Bessemer. Them were my junks right there.
Mhm.
Used to work at Baskin Robbins in Western Hills Mall. That 41, you had to walk to catch it. You had to go down past, almost down past Food World, because it was stopping the cut right there before it go around the corner to Miles. So you start learning, you learn the city, at a different pace, on the bus. But wherever you are is not where you're destined to remain. So
I
I,
love that.
I just hope that the bus that people see it, that young people see it and know that, you can do a lot of great things.
I like that, and I'm gonna say it again because I want to make sure people don't miss it. Where you are does not is not necessarily where you're destined to be. Is that was that the quote or did I misquote?
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. So speaking of where we are and where we're destined to be, how would you describe Birmingham today as someone who was born and raised and ran these streets? How would you describe
Mm.
Birmingham today?
It's interesting because now I come to Birmingham probably every 2 3 months for one reason or another. So I experience the city to a degree as an outsider now.
Mm,
I hate to say it, but I talk to everybody at the crib. I see what's going on at the crib, but I still think that it is a city that is growing. It is a city that matters. I come home now. Y'all got all these fancy beer spots on the south side. Y'all done crossplex jumping with all types of tournaments. I'm old. That used to be Fair Park. I could hit a race cars from my house off Pearson Avenue. So, I think that Birmingham is definitely becoming, more connected and more culturally involved. But what I hope that remains is the sense of community and support and the roots that it has. I hope and pray that we have places and spaces for our young people to grow and explore their dreams, and knowing that the dream that they have, it matters.
mhm.
I talk to some of these kids and they ain't all got the same level of hope that I used to have. And you can't blame them considering some of the conditions that they're in. So, as best I can to try and do something to give people hope because I'm not a politician. I can't change every single condition. The best I can do is raise money for nonprofits that are on the ground and actually doing the damn thing. I've never tried to come into town and act like, I'm back from the big city. Let me tell y'all what y'all need to be doing. It's more, I'm here. Where can I help? What's happening?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
read the paper as best I can. I stay up on stuff. But if you're not there every day in, day out, it's hard to be the catalyst for the change that you want to be for the city. So I try to operate in a bit of a support capacity.
I love that. I love that. And so when we think back to the Birmingham Has More Icons, I also don't want to forget about what I like to refer to as those unsung heroes. This is not a one and done for me with this campaign. I would love to see this build and become something bigger. And what's something that you would like us to consider as we think about what this campaign blossoms to be? What's an aspect that you think deserves to be spotlighted in the Birmingham community and why?
I think that Birmingham's culinary scene is extremely underrated. I think that we have dishes that are as unique to the city as anywhere else around the globe. If we talking them big ass baked potatoes, if we talking Alabama white sauce, like we talking wings. I had a conversation with a dude from Wingstop some years ago, and he was explaining to me just how competitive the chicken wing game in Birmingham is so ice cold. Wingstop is just in the perimeter. Like the idea of even having a strategy together to attack Birmingham proper and really compete in that space, they haven't cracked the code. There might be one or two locations in Birmingham proper, but most wing stops are in the suburbs where it's a bunch of folks who ain't got time to drive into town to get the good stuff and
Hmm.
then beat the traffic back to Trustville. So I think the culinary scene is something that would be very, very dope to highlight next.
Now I lost your visual, but I still had your audio for all of that. So can you still see me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah,
Cause
there we go. There we go.
okay, I just wanted to let you know. I was like, I still
Yeah.
hear him, but I lost this. I lost his face. But so we're wrapping up because this is going to be a very short video. So what I wanted to do was take snippets from our conversation and kind of put this together with some nice B-roll footage of you. But before I let you go, I want you to say this one line because I'm gonna put this together. Birmingham has more icons.
Okay. Put this together. No, because I want to nail this one. Birmingham has more icons.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. And also, I want to say one little tidbit because I didn't want to interrupt our flow earlier. But when you said, like, although you're a comedian and you may not have that impact that some of the other people on the bus have, you made me laugh more during this interview than I probably have all month because I have had a stressful month trying to get this bus out because Black History is already, I mean, February is already a short month. And it was the 7th before the rap got finished. So your girl was stressed. I'm talking about just sweating, gush. I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, we already got the shortest month of the year. And I was stressed. So you made me laugh, like, and genuine laughter. It's like I don't even think you were trying. Some people are just naturally funny. And so yeah, so you definitely have an impact because releasing that stress and that tension, because stress shortens our lives, and
Yes, it
that matters
does.
too. So I just wanted to throw that tidbit out
Well,
there.
thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Seriously, I appreciate you for taking the time out for little old people like me.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
And thank you so much. I can't wait till you come by and visit and see the bus. And we're so honored that you chose to be featured.
Okay. Well, thank you.